Hello peoples, it's Stanek64 here, and welcome to another challenge video. Today, I just got one simple question. How many objects can you find and find everything without abilities? The rules are simple. Using abilities or unlocking their gym rooms in Fingsburg is banned. However, I am allowed to throw objects and use glitches in the game, but obviously no hacking. The difficulty of this challenge is due to how stale our moveset is. It's staler than the breakfast I ate this morning. Like, seriously, all we can do is jump. However, like I said before, we can pick up seeds and throw them around. This is more helpful than you think because it does act as a little platform and has collision. And yes, you can get things with it, which is the main gimmick of it, but it can be proven useful in other situations as well. Now, normally for this section in Fingsburg, you would normally require the double jump in order to hit the button. Even with the seed as an extra booster, I couldn't make this jump. However, there's really nothing stopping us from just going on the side route and just hitting the button instead. Also, this weird glitch happened where when the ground moved up, the seed was underground and I could still pick it up somehow. Now let's talk one of the first sub-areas that you'll probably explore, which is Block Party Boogie. The game definitely expects you to have at least one ability here, so we kinda have to force to take damage and damage boost our way through this course, which is harder than it sounds. But eventually, I made my way past, and spoiler alert, there's collision on these lights for some reason, so you can just ride on them for free. Also, just a note here, thing parts do not count as full things. We must get all of the thing parts for it to count. So no decimals or fractions here for the amount of things that you can get. Though, this climbing section isn't really much of a challenge. Though it's when we get to this here jump that we can't continue any further. Like, seriously, it's so close, dude. Next, let's talk about the thing parts in Yippee City, specifically the cola that you can grab. Normally, this cola on the roof is impossible to get, but with the seed, we can just barely make it up here and actually get the thing for it. Now, for this timer challenge in Yippee City as well, for the most part, it's pretty easy until you come across this light section. But it doesn't take too much brain power to think that you can just jump down to get the coins that way. Man, most of the sub-areas in this game require abilities. It's like they really want you to have some, especially in this garbage dump area. The gimmick for this sub-area is that you have to cling onto a moving platform, and then you have to jump off it and then get on it at a later point. But since we can only jump, we can just not reach the track that it's supposed to go on. We have to perfectly damage boost ourselves on this pile of spikes here in order to get to the next section. And believe me, that was hard enough. Too bad the next section is impossible. I think we need to lift our spirits to Paw Beam Park instead. The only thing that seems just barely out of reach is this grumpy cat. All you have to do is knock on his door, but since he goes away so fast that it seems impossible to get him. Normally, he flings you so far away that you can't get back to him in time without abilities. But by using a seed, for some reason, he knocked me back way less further than intended, which made me barely just reach him in time before he closed the door on my face again. Now, seeds from different places can grow in any pot throughout the game, but the trouble is just getting them there. Yes, you can throw it pretty far, but you have to be a precise thrower to throw it onto the ledge so that we can get to Mount Doodah. This waterfall guy seems like the most impossible thing so far. Like, my jump just barely doesn't touch his hitbox, and I couldn't find a way to get the seed inside this waterfall cave. Trust me, I tried throwing it on different platforms, but it never worked out. Around this area in Mount Doodah, I learned a new technique with the seeds. If you stand on the seed, and then jump, and then immediately pick it up, and make it up to a higher ledge, you just performed a seed jump. which doesn't require throwing the seed, and if the ledge is too high for a normal jump, it's pretty freaking useful. The only downside to this trick is that performing it on a freaking tree branch like this, where the slope is angled, is really impossible. You really have to stand on the seed while it's moving and jump in order to make this ledge in Paw Bean Park, in order to access a sub-area that would normally require the roll ability. After dozens and dozens of attempts, I finally made the jump, which made me look like a god. Honestly, collecting those 2 things in the sub-area felt really cool. At first, I thought I needed the seed to go to the beach area, but no, if you jump at this weird slope thing at a certain angle, you can just get up there without the double jump. How did the devs miss this? Too bad we can't get many things there because of the sea and that fish that just eats you in one gulp if you dare touch 1 milliliter of water. After that, I did a one last search around the world to see any more things that I missed. And I did miss a couple of them, but eventually I finally got the last thing that was pretty much feasible without any abilities. And that final number was exactly 89 things that are possible. Though if we could just find one more thing, we could bring up the total up to 90. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, see ya!